Daily bread. Read, reflect, do, pray and think. Communication. Luke chapter 1 verses 19 to 22. Read. Then the angel said, I am Gabriel. I stand in the very presence of God. It was he who sent me to bring you this good news. But now, since you didn't believe what I said, you will be silent and unable to speak until the child is born, for my words will certainly be fulfilled at the proper time. Meanwhile, the people were waiting for Zechariah to come out of the sanctuary, wondering why he was taking so long. When he finally did come out, he couldn't speak to them. Then they realized from his gestures and his silence that he must have seen a vision in the sanctuary. Reflect. An angel had just told Zechariah that he and his elderly wife were going to have a baby. Zechariah told the angel that he'd made a mistake. Oops. He doubted the angel's message, and if he wanted a sign, well, he certainly got one, didn't he? The angel made Zechariah mute, unable to speak, until the baby John was born, and that was likely to be at least 9 months away. Meanwhile, Zechariah had clearly been in the temple far too long because the people outside were a bit anxious. They weren't allowed to go in after him, and so they gathered outside the doors, waiting to see what had been going on. Then Zechariah came out waving his arms, communicating that he'd seen a messenger from God. What must it have been like for Zechariah to be disabled in this way? It must have been terribly frustrating. Imagine having the greatest message for the world and being unable to verbally communicate. Well, like Zechariah, there are many people in our society who don't have a voice, and older people are one group that find it difficult sometimes to be heard. Zechariah was now both old and mute. What does that tell us? Do. Think of a person you know of who people don't listen to. Someone who's overlooked or ignored. It could be someone at school, college or work, or a relative. Perhaps it's someone with special needs or learning difficulties. If you're able, commit to spending time with that person, to listen to them. You never know, God might just have an important message for you from them. Pray. Holy God, I want to be quick to listen and slow to speak. Help me be a voice for the voiceless, that they may be heard by the wider world. And help me hear your voice through others I meet, this day and forever. Amen. Think. How would you describe meeting an angel, especially one telling you the most important news in the world, using only your hands and arms? And who are the people in our community who are often ignored, and how can we go about listening to them?